Hi, it's Chris from Duffy Floors, and we're back here. We're going to be talking about your hardwood floor care and maintenance. Your hardwood floors need maintenance no matter if they're pre-finished at the factory or if they're finished on site. The no maintenance hardwood floor just does not exist. The first step that we take with this hardwood floor is that we need to have protective walk-off mats inside the house here, as also we need a walk-off mat outside the house, as you can see right there. By getting the dirt and grit off of your feet as you're coming into a hardwood floor, your hardwood floor will be a lot easier to maintain. One of the first things that we have is we use protective floor protectors on the bottoms of all the chairs, tables, anything that moves around, even things that don't move around. These can be bought at any hardware store, Home Depot, Bed Bath & Beyond, things like that, any store that carries these things. You always need to have a lot of them on hand because they tend to fall off. And here I'll show you, we do have them on this chair here, and sometimes they get embedded with grit. You've just got to feel them every now and then to make sure that they're still clean. And the sticky back ones are the ones that I like the best, because if you have anything that you put a nail into or a screw on your chair, when it wears out, that nail, the head of the nail or the screw is really going to do a lot of damage to your floor. Next up, you vacuum or sweep your floors regularly. When you are vacuuming your rugs in your home, please vacuum the hardwood floor. And always, before we're going to wash the hardwood floor, we always want to have it clear of debris, crumbs and dirt and grit and things like that. Never use a wet mop on your hardwood floors. It's just too much water. This mop here, this string mop, right here, never use this on your hardwood floors. You dunk it in the water, you're spreading water all over the floor. The water gets into the cracks, it swells up the boards, it breaks the bond of the polyurethane in the seams of the boards, and then you end up with water damage and the finish starts to peel, and you end up with a mess and have to refinish your floors. So never use a string mop or a wet mop on your hardwood floors. What I suggest is that you can either use any of these products here. I prefer the Bona hardwood floor cleaner. It comes in a spray bottle. It comes with a kit with a mop here, a collapsible mop head, and you spray this on the floor, which I'll show you in a minute, and then this comes right off and goes into the laundry, so you can clean it up and use it for next time. A lot of people would like to use a little bit of with vinegar and water. So when we're using vinegar and water, I've got a full bucket of water here, and when we're using a little bit of vinegar in it, I mean just a little bit. You do not use a lot of vinegar in there. So a cap full of vinegar in there, or a little bit of the dishwashing soap, pour a little bit of that in there. And as you see here, I've got a rag here, okay, that I need to wring out fully so it's only damp, and then I can get down on the hardwood floor, yes, on my hands and knees, because that's the best way to do it, and wipe the floor out. When you get into tough spots, you need to rub those and just to get them clean like that. If you really don't want to be on your hands and knees, then I think the best method here is to use the Bona hardwood floor cleaner. As you can see, this just sprays down on the floor, and then you use your terry cloth mop head with a microfiber on it and just sweep it out. This is a great tool to use. I can get in underneath the table here, and you see how it swivels? It swivels in, I can get underneath everything, and it really does a great job. Next up is basically, I recommend the wood floor cleaning kit by Bona. I would not recommend using a product like Pledge, Endust, Mop and Glow, anything like that on your floors, because they all have a wax additive in them or a silicone based cleaner with it, and it builds up a film on the floor. It makes it detrimental for me to get the correct bonding of my polyurethane if we're going to maintain it with a buffing and coating to what's down there already, because the wax and silicone will repel the new polyurethane coats. So every You know, I did these floors in 1998. I think that we've probably buffed and coated them a half a dozen times since then, almost 20 years. So every 3 to 5 years, you just lightly buff down the floors in the kitchen or other areas that really get a lot of use and abuse. And then we lay down another coat of polyurethane. Brings it right back to new, gives you another added layer of protection, and saves you from having to sand and refinish the floors prematurely. I also think that if you use a pledge or an endust, if you're just mopping or dusting your floors or things, or not your floors, but your furniture, and you spray this on the furniture, what you're doing is you're overspraying onto the floor. That's not a good idea either. What you should do is spray the rag that you have and then use that on the furniture to clean. Also, never use these other wood floor cleaning products that will put wax or silicone on the floor. Keep those away. Use a Bona hardwood floor cleaner, the water and a little bit of white vinegar or some dishwashing soap, that works too, but a well wrung out rag, and never use a string mop or a wet mop on your floors. These are just a little few informational facts for you on how to clean your hardwood floors. If you need any other hardwood floor service, please reach us at Duffy Floors. My number is 781-395-3418.